sun. Well, ladies, this is your space for inspiration, empowerment, and real conversation with women who are redefining the game.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio Girl Talk, and Cammie Grayson is in the house on a special night, special friend I just met today. I think we've been knowing each other for a minute, and we just decided that we got to figure out how we met.
You know what? You know in like 2 seconds whether you click with someone.
Right. So, well, I didn't get to say your name. So Yvette is my special guest today. Yvette, tell people who you are and what you do, girl.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the show. You're amazing,
Absolutely.
Cammie. So what I do is I'm a personal trainer. I own a personal training studio for women. So we train women for women, and that's it. And I concentrate on women over 40, to reinvent themselves. So many of my women have the aging parents, they're raising kids, they're going through divorce. And this is like a safe space where I do life coaching and training together. So it's kind of like, mind and body, spirit, that's what I'm all about. And I know when I first started teaching fitness classes or even taking fitness classes in the 80s, I was always in the back row. Like I was always afraid to be up front. I felt ugly, shameful. I hated myself. And I said, when I open a studio, I want every back row girl to feel like a front row girl. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I did. I built this little gym where it's really a small relationship of women. And I'm just so grateful for that because I get to help women because exercise saved my life. Mm-hmm. Move a muscle, change a thought. And that's what I'm all about, just to change your mindset that you can achieve anything at any age.
Wow. Well, I was bragging on you earlier today. The picture behind you, look at that body. Just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm like, man, I wish I had that body.
You can have it, girl.
Girl, let me tell you, I had it back in the day now.
Yeah.
When that age started creeping up, it started kind of expanding.
You're still beautiful no matter what.
Well, thank you. Okay, so you know what? You have a very, very emotional, I want to say, story to me. And you transformed, and that's what I want our listeners and viewers to know about you, because you have come a long way. Mm. You have overcame a lot of challenges, and now look at you. Mm. And you're helping other people and other women, and it's all fresh and makes people want to cling to you. It's because you have that good spirit, And so I want to go back, if it's okay.
Yeah.
And let you start over to where you were before you became the person you are today.
Well, I guess I'll start kind of like growing up. I never felt like I fit in. I don't know if you can relate to that. You're just a beautiful sunshine. I feel like you were probably the most popular girl in school. But I moved here from Spain, and I am half Black and Spanish, and people would call me Spig and the N-word. And like, I did not look like Cindy with blonde hair. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be like the Heather Locklears of the world, because I moved into this country where I was like, oh my God, nobody looks like me. Nobody speaks my language. And so I remember coming into America and going into 7th grade with my boarding school uniform. My mom's like, just wear that. And I'm going into like with the suspenders and like this gray skirt and saddle shoes, and walking into the cafeteria like, oh my God, I have no one to sit with. Oh, wow. No one likes me. And Cammie, honestly, I felt that way my whole life.
Wow.
Like no one wants to sit with me. I'm not worthy. And I think that just spiraled. But as I started to live in America, I started to see that the social currency was beauty and thinness. Mm-hmm. And so I chased that. And my first true addiction was anorexia. Wow. And I couldn't sustain it. And then it was bulimia.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be skinny. Like I thought if I could be skinny, everyone would love me. I would have a boyfriend. I would have friends, and that addiction, the power of addiction.
Yeah.
It took me down to 69 pounds in a hospital with a feeding tube at 14. And
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
stop throwing up until I was 45.
Girl, no.
Yeah, and I'm 56 now, so that's only 11 years that I've been clean from food. But what got me out of the food was cocaine.
Oh, wow.
I went to college, I started drinking, and after college, I started doing drugs. And let me tell you, girl, cocaine will take away all your problems. And drinking, and I never thought about food. So I was like, okay, remove that and do this. And then, that took me down to homelessness, being in places that were really bad,
Mm-hmm.
taking my soul away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. I can only, it's like a movie almost, um, it's like a movie. I mean, I know you have other things you want to share with us, but I mean, just imagining that story, from a young age, and we all do. I mean, Heather Locklear, Charlie's Angels, all those beautiful women. We all that was the Barbie, right? That was what we all inspired for. We
Mhm.
never would have seen anybody that looked like us, um, out there on TV and things like that. So we all went through that phase, I want to say, because, and like you said, I always had a lot of people around me, but I never had, I always felt alone, if that
Mm.
makes sense, And so going through life, and I've said this story before, you know, being molested as a kid, and those type of things. But I had a great family, and great support system and all that. However, as a kid, you didn't talk, you didn't say, you didn't repeat, things like that. So in that form of abuse, it was hard to become the to keep that smile when you were, being around other people kind of changed you. And but at the end of the day, when you go home, you're by yourself, and you
100%.
still had all that. You still wanted to be thin, you still wanted to be, so I can only imagine the things that you were talking about here, and growing up as a kid all the way through college, having to go through things like that. I mean,
Yeah, but I think if you grew up like in our age bracket, like if you grew up in the 80s, I don't know, our parents never talked about mental health. Like, shut up and do it, like there was no like, let's talk about our feelings. Like, I didn't even understand like feelings. I've been to like 7 or 8 rehabs and they have this wheel. Like, I was like, feelings. I'm like happy, sad. I don't know anything that's other than the basics because I was never exposed to it. In my family, we didn't talk about anything. We just keep it moving,
Yeah,
all under the rug. Same
yeah,
thing with me. Something happened to me at a young age, and we don't talk about it. And
yeah.
it's like I talked about it later in life because a lot of my behaviors were so much of my pain that I was covering up. But it wasn't until I was able to express my pain that I could heal my pain.
Right, right. It's funny though. My I told you I've been doing this for years, right?
Yeah.
So being able to be honest with myself, um, and know where my pain was and where it came from,
Mm.
I was able to share. And by me sharing, now it's easy, but back then it wasn't, right?
Mhm.
And but by me sharing, other women will come out and talk about it now. So I think our whole outlet is a way, like what you're doing, about your life and what you're writing about and things like that, that help other women, that help even men. I mean, it's because men go through it too. Young
Mm.
boys get, you know, everything that we're doing, we're setting the pace to help. And that's what I love about you already. I mean, I love that this is what you're about.
Well, thank you. In the book that I wrote, actually, my daughter took the cover of this book, the cover shot, which is crazy. The lines of sugar. It's sugar. It's not cocaine. But Booze, Blow, and Pancakes is the name of the book. And the first chapter is exactly that. Secrets keep you sick.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of us have a lot of secrets and we numb the pain, whatever, porn, Amazon shopping. You got like a slot machine in your pocket. You could do so much with the phone, right?
Oh
You're
yeah,
always
yeah.
looking for the dopamine hit, whether it's food, whatever it is, a dating site, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
but until you can really feel, and that's the hardest part, is like really feeling and identifying and even being aware.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
awareness.
that's the case. A lot of people are blind, have the blinders on because guess what you said earlier. Don't worry about it, just keep going.
Yep.
And people get where that's instilled, right? And then they pass it on. And so that's that vicious cycle.
It is. And I
Yeah.
think that by you doing this kind of show and like me writing a book, I think it's really taking out the stigma and the shame of mental health,
Hmm.
whether it's through addiction or you have mental health issues, but whatever it is, like there is no shame in that. And there's no shame in asking for help,
Yeah. Yeah.
whether it's medication, therapy, whatever it is, because I think there's so much stigma, especially for men, to express their emotions. How can you be in a relationship if you're not emotionally connected?
Exactly. Exactly. And now since COVID, I want to say a lot of that's out now. A
Mm,
lot of people, because we saw at one point a lot of people were committing suicide. A lot of young people were what are they saying, unaliving themselves is the term that they use now. And so COVID brought forth a lot of that. And now I feel like more people, especially African American
mhm,
men, are in therapy, um,
mhm.
and that never went to therapy before because it was just like you said earlier. It was something we never talked about, discussed, throw it on the rug. You're not a man if you have to go through all that. So I'm loving that you have a good your coaching skill to be able to help people cope with that.
Yeah. And I think for any of the listeners listening and they're like, well, I'm feeling stuck or I'm struggling. I think we all have like a gut whisper that
Hmm.
something's not right, whether it's in your marriage, your like roommates, whether it's in your health, like I'm not living right. Whether it's in like your job, you hate your job, but they pay you so good, but you have this feeling of unease.
Yeah.
There's always that feeling before you can change anything, you got to be aware of that feeling that I knew. I mean, I was homeless living in a car with a crock pot and I was working as a go-go dancer and I was taking a shower in a gym and then going to the go-go bar and sleeping in my car. And I still didn't think there was nothing that wrong with it. But the whisper starts getting louder as the consequences start coming around.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
you start really starting to have consequences and losing things. But still at that point, I was like, it's all right. Everything's manageable.
Right.
For me, it takes like pain is a great motivator for change. Because
Yeah.
when you have nothing stripped of everything, I think you become much more willing.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you're more humble at that point as well. You
Yeah.
know, um, so let me ask you a question about sleeping in your car.
Oh, oh,
Wasn't it scary?
oh, the worst. The worst. Really, when I look back, I just was surviving. I was existing. I really wanted to die. Like I would put myself in situations. I'd be going to work at a bar and I would pick up a hitchhiker in New York with
Wow.
kilos of cocaine and like what am I doing with my life? I wanted to die. I just figured God will take me when he's ready. But
Hmm.
he had a different plan. And that's why when I'm very active in like recovery rooms and the community, I just that's my message is like if you're breathing, there's hope.
Right.
When there's suicide happens and you are successful, there is no more hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you are breathing and listening, and right now you are struggling, there is hope and you can pivot your entire life.
From there, yeah, absolutely,
You
absolutely.
absolutely can.
I packed up. I was just tired. I wanted something different, and so what you're describing is 100%. You can do it. I mean, I never would have thought that I could pack up and leave Dallas by
Hmm.
myself.
By yourself.
By myself.
So
You know,
what did that feel like?
girl,
What was
it
the decision that you said, I'm leaving?
the decision was my children were grown at
Mm,
this point. I spent Christmas by myself.
mm,
My daughter was an adult, and she was one of those, play the mother against the father.
mhm,
So at this particular time, she decided that she was gonna. I bought all Christmas gifts for her kids. My son was staying with her for the holidays. And she decided that she was just going to go to her dad's house. And I'm sitting at home with all this food,
Hmm.
gifts under the tree. And I was by myself. I was alone. Now that's sad, especially when you go all out. I'm a holiday person, so I
Yeah.
go all out for holidays, right?
Yeah.
And it was sad. And I said right then and there, I'm going to start living for me now. You
Mm.
know, they're grown. My son's going to college. It's my time.
Right. And I believe that there was all those circumstances had to come to that boiling point for you,
Yeah.
because if it was not that crystal, if there was still, it's not that bad going on. No, that moment God gave you clarity.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? It started off rocky. Started off rocky.
Yeah.
Um, almost homeless, looking for a job and things at my age. And God just made a way. He made a way. My phone stayed on. Met great people along the way. I mean, you can only imagine. You
Mm.
can only imagine. I had no one that I can call and say, hey, can I come stay for a little while?
Mm.
You know what I mean? And even to try to go back home, I think I was almost giving up and tried to go back home. And I was like, I reached out to my sister and my daughter, and it was a no from both of them.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a no
Wow.
from both of them. And so after that, it was like, put your big girl panties on and do what you have to do.
That's what I really believe, though, that God provides. You just don't even know. And that's why it's always, I'm so into say, trust the process. I have to keep saying it to myself,
Yeah,
because for when you're going through it and someone's saying no, you just feel like you can't continue.
yeah,
But you have to understand that God is going to do for you what you can't do for yourself. You just don't know how. Like, I honestly don't know how I got out of the things I did. But like you said, God put people in my life that I believe saved me.
yeah,
These are angels that give you and show you a better way. The people in recovery, Cammie, they will pick you up. They will drive you to a meeting. They will give you a home cooked meal. You will never find people like this in the world because they've been through it.
right, right, right.
And that's what the recovery community is. The only way I can keep my sobriety is if I give it away by helping someone else. That's
Mm,
the only guarantee that God will give me, is that if I give this gift to someone else.
yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm a giving person too. And a lot of times I give, 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 give. And then I get to the point sometimes where it's kind of like, wow, everybody's just won't.
Mm.
They take, take, take. And it's kind of like, I know I don't give to receive. I do it because it's in my heart. It's me. But I had to learn from other people looking at me thinking, what's wrong with you? Why are you like that? Are you buying friendship?
Mm.
People would actually, well, I'm gonna say people, my old boss, I'll put it that way.
Okay.
She loved me to death, but she thought, and she never met anyone like me before.
Mm.
So that was weird to her. That was like unbelievable to her
Well,
that I
there's
would
few
go
and far
out.
between like you, girl.
And
I
so,
like to give without a side angle,
yeah,
just to give from your heart. I don't know how many people are really like that.
and I think that's the way she felt as well. And it's okay, because when I give, God gives back even more.
Mm.
One time, I've been here since 2019, and one time I got a little bit over my head with the studio thing.
Mhm.
I trusted that other people were going to be involved, so we have a beautiful studio, but we didn't have really office space.
Okay.
Right. And so it's kind of like we have volunteers, we have all this going on, but we really don't have a spot to put these people.
Mhm.
So an office opened up next door, and I love the place we were in. Um, and people that I knew said that they needed office space. So I'm like, well, why not? Let me just get this space. It's right next to the studio. You know, why not? We all pitch in and we just pay for the office space. And I did that, put my name on the dotted line, and the other people backed out.
Mm.
So I was stuck paying for 2 buildings.
Oh my God.
2 buildings, and both of them over $1,000.
That's a hard nut to crack.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I got out of that last year, but God made a way. We've made it through. God made a way. And I didn't hold a grudge with anyone, because you know why? They really didn't have the money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I'm paying rent and you're supposed to be paying rent and I'm stuck paying your half of the rent, how nice you think Miss Cammy gonna be
Yeah.
if you're not coming up with your half of the rent?
Right.
So have you heard that saying, I could do bad by myself?
Yep.
It was sort of like that. You know, if I'm gonna struggle, let me struggle on my own. That way I won't be mad at anyone but myself.
Mm.
You know?
That is powerful. You know, I felt that way in my marriage. Like, I was married to an amazing man, like, you know, checked off every single box, really my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I was alone in my marriage. We didn't have things in common. I did my life, he did his life. And at 52 years old, I'm thinking, like, where am I going to go? Like, I have my whole life with my kids here, but I knew I was so alone.
Yeah.
And even though the marriage is good, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not like we go on vacations together. It's not like we're intimate. It's not like we go to the gym together. We don't eat healthy together. We don't do recovery meetings together. And I felt like, you know, you get to that point where you're like, I'm not going to settle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm not going to settle. I'll find other people to rent the space. I'm not going to settle no matter what. You know what? If I'm alone, let me be alone and see what else is out there.
Yeah. And you know what? You're 100% on the dime with that one. I would rather be by myself than to settle to be with someone else. You know, just to say that I have a boyfriend, just to say, you know, that I have a man, you know, that's just not me. It's just not. I would love to be in a nice relationship with someone, but we have to have something in common. We have to help each other. We have to be there for one another, you know?
It's so crazy, because I don't think I've ever been in a real relationship. I am in one now, but boy, girl, it's like when you're 56 years old and you're like really trying to grow together and build together. It's not just you. It is something.
Yeah.
It is something, you know, because he's got boundaries. I got boundaries. But when you really, truly love someone, you work to build each other up. What I realized in my marriage is you can't change someone to what you hope they will be.
Right.
You have to accept what they are, and they're showing you who they are, and you can either stay or go. But I think a lot of women, you know, feel because of finances and kids, they can never leave. Yeah. You know, and I'm here to say, yes, you can.
Yes, you can, baby. I'm on that soapbox big time.
Well, tell me.
You know, I don't settle. So if you're being abused in a relationship, or if you're not happy, just like you just said, if you're not happy in a relationship, why are you still there? Life is too short.
I know, but you know what? I think a lot of people in our age group are thinking companionship. Where am I going to go now? But there's so many people out in the world that you don't even know what is in store for you. Like my boyfriend, I met him on Hinge, and he was sober, and I was like, okay, he's sober, and he's 10 years younger. I don't know about all this, but you know what? Our first date, I grabbed his hand. I knew this was my person, like within minutes.
Nice.
And then you can build a life that you are helping people in addiction together. You're growing at the gym together. You go into personal development things together. Cause that's what I want to grow with someone, not just, you know, Netflix and chill. Cause it's old. I could do that by myself.
That anyway. Yeah.
We got to get you out there, girl. Cause you are just too hot for this. We got to get you on that site. Are you on the sites or no?
Huh?
Are you on the sites? Have you ever been on the sites?
No, I haven't. I need to when we get offline, I need that information.
We're going to set your profile picture up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we most definitely got to get me on that site. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages, and we're going to learn more about that book.
Okay.
Introducing the SKST SG Podcast Studio, a state-of-the-art facility equipped with 4 unique studios to meet all your podcasting needs. The Green Screen Studio offers endless possibilities for visually engaging content, while the Radio Room provides a professional sound environment for high-quality audio recordings. The personal small room is perfect for solo recording sessions, providing a quiet and intimate space to focus on your content. And the conference room is ideal for group discussions and interviews with ample seating and advanced recording equipment. Whether you're a seasoned podcaster or just starting out, the SKST SG Podcast Studio has everything you need to bring your ideas to life. With top-of-the-line technology and expert support staff, creating and producing your podcast has never been easier. Book your studio time today and elevate your podcasting experience to the next level with the SKST SG Podcast Studio.
Well, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tune in to SKST Radio Girl Talk, and Cammie here, and we got Yvette there, and we just chopping it up. We having such a good time. There you go. So Yvette has a new book. Well, how old is the book?
I wrote this last year. It's about a year old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
The title is called Booze, Blow, and Pancakes, Breaking Free from the Shackles of Addiction. And it's pretty much about my journey through addiction of food, drugs, and alcohol, and like the big lessons that I learned through my journey. Mm-hmm. And like I said, secrets keep you sick is one of the big lessons. And I think the other big lesson for me was there's so much power in powerlessness. Mm-hmm. Because for me, I was powerful, and I could never get with, I had to admit that I was powerless over alcohol and drugs. I could never get with that, and surrendering my will to God. I just couldn't, I couldn't do that. And when I did decide to do that, that's when I started to truly recover.
Oh, wow.
Because, the first step of anything is, once you get that awareness, is to accept. Mm-hmm. Like, girl, your life is a shit show right now,
Yeah.
Every A, B, and C, and D, women at 30 years old are not claiming bankruptcy, not living in their car, not working in nightclubs. They're building a life, a family, and kids. And I didn't have any of that. And, God gave me that last life jacket, the very last one. And I took it. And that's when my journey began.
Wow. So what was it like when you decided that you were going to start your new life? Was it things, a lot of times when you try to do right and do good, you have those obstacles that comes into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you have that one person that still uses or trying to tempt you back into that lifestyle. Did you have any of that going on?
Yes. People, places, and things. They told me from the beginning, you have to change people, places, and things. And I'm like, well, I'm going to still bartend. I'm not going to dance, but I'm still going to do my nightlife because I got to get my cash. And, trying to be a sober bartender in that environment, if you hang around the barbershop, you're going to get a haircut.
Right.
I always tried to do things my way. There's suggestions, but they're really not suggestions. They're rules. So the very first rule that hit for me was I can't have one foot in my old life and one foot in this new life. It just doesn't work. So it is painfully lonely to drop everyone
Yeah.
How am I going to have a glass of champagne at my wedding? How am I going to go out and drink and like dance? What am I going to do on a Friday night? Like, I don't even know. I used to call my sponsor, and she would be like, take everything out of your fridge, get a toothbrush, and just start cleaning your fridge. And I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you right now just nuts? But I literally did not know how to live. My whole life revolved around party life. And so I was literally left with myself. And until I decided I'm not going to go out anymore, I still played back and forth.
Wow.
People, places, and things. If you hang out with people who will drink, you will drink.
Yeah.
If you go to bars, you will drink. And if you walk into a liquor store because you want to get a lottery ticket, you're going to drink. Because I tried all of those. I tried to sugarcoat all the shit and none of it. So yeah, so I think that was a huge stumble for me, and the loneliness of like, I think it's really hard. I don't know if you find this, but I think it's very hard for women, adult women, to make friends with other adult women.
Yeah.
And so I did not have that. Like, all my friends were go-go dancers and they were living crazy like me. So now I'm trying to live a normal life with a corporate job, and I don't have a friend in the world. And it was really lonely. So I really got involved in the rooms of recovery, and I started to, I created a network.
Yeah.
If you don't get connected, you will go back. You will go back, because the exact opposite of connection is addiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's connection is key. And then the other things that have kept me sober is like being proud of yourself, like going to meetings and helping other people, you know, taking care of my body, showing up as a good mom, showing up on a podcast on time. Like that never happened in my life.
Wow.
Myself, you know,
Mhm.
and then, you know, like I think having a purpose, like my purpose is Crystal. I want to help anyone who has felt like I felt my whole life, alone, struggling, just unlovable.
You know, it's amazing that we women, you know, I've interviewed probably 6 women this year for Girl Talk, and it's just amazed me how we all still have a connection, you know, no matter what it is. One woman, she's a coach, and I think of her as we're speaking. She's beautiful, gorgeous, but she's tall. She's a tall lady. And you would think that she wouldn't wear high heels. Oh, baby, she struts in her high heels. And I remember she came into the old studio last year, and one of the podcasters looked at her and said, "You're gorgeous." I mean, he could have fainted. You know, she was just that pretty. And he just looked at her like, oh, you know, it was hilarious. But I love her spirit, and I love the fact that she could be talked about, talked down upon, other women jealous. I mean, this woman got it going on. She's a coach. She has a beautiful home, beautiful children, beautiful family. I mean, and she's beautiful inside and out. How can you not like somebody like that, you know?
Yeah.
But she has experienced the same thing that we're talking about. And it's just amazed me that we women have to go through that.
I think women are not so nice to other women. Like,
and that's my point. Why?
That jealousy and that envy.
Yes.
Something like I'm on Instagram. Hey, girl, gorgeous. This, that. Yeah, I want to celebrate other women. You know, if you're putting a picture of yourself and you look beautiful and you feel confident, go for it.
Yes.
You know, but haters. You know, and I just feel like there's no room for that. You know, there's no room for that. For a long time, people would be like, oh, well, I would train somebody and they would be like, well, your arms are a little bit big. And then I would get conscious, like, am I too muscular? And then I'm like, what's wrong with me? How could these people get in my head?
Yeah.
I want to get fit, but not like you too. That's a little too much. And I was like, I'm too much. Like, come on, girl.
Well, you know what? But you can't live for other people, right? You have to live for you. And I know that about me. I know I've been self-conscious about my weight since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I've been this off and on, up and down all my life. And I know I have. Even when I was skinny and had a cute little shape, I was called fat. And the reason why, because I was the biggest one in the family out of the girls. So even when I was skinny, a majorette, looking good in my mind, because I was told all the time, oh, the fat, I never embraced it. I never got that opportunity to enjoy my body, because I felt like I was on a swim team, the captain of the swim team for 4 years. I was very fit. You know, I was into every sports you can think of that did exercise type thing. So, but I didn't enjoy it because my own family was the one that would tell me, oh, you're fat, oh, you're fat, oh, you're fat. And so I kind of grew up with that self-consciousness of being fat, when in truth, at that point, I wasn't.
Yeah. And isn't it crazy, the stories we tell ourselves?
Yes.
Like, I'm fat went from 8 years old to whatever, 50 years old. How is that story still playing? It's just on repeat, you know? And I think like this, I was training a woman. I love to see that you're wearing sleeveless. And she's like, I could never wear sleeveless, Yvette. I'm like, do you think anybody gives a fuck? Just be, it's 100 degrees outside. You're beautiful. Nobody cares. Nobody looking. Just love your body.
Just be you.
I have clients that have lost 100 pounds through GLPs and they're still in the same mindset. I can't wear this. So it's true. It doesn't matter if you lose the weight and don't change your mindset. You're still living in the same prison.
Exactly. So I had to learn that the hard way too. But you know what? It goes back though. It stemmed from being married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced. It stemmed from that day that I told you about. It's my time. I'm going to start living for me. And
Isn't it
regardless
funny?
if I'm fat or skinny, it's me. If I don't love me, nobody else will.
Right. And since all those people left your life, have you now created a new network of people?
You know, I have not. I've been here 6 years. And I have, well, I'm not going to say I haven't. I have new friends that I've met, like doing the podcasting and things like that. However, I still don't have that one girlfriend. I still have my high school girlfriend. She'll be there for the rest of my life. She's like my sister girlfriend.
Yeah.
And but I have not established the relationship here this go round that I can, like you and I were talking about earlier. Let's go to the nail shop or just go hang out. I haven't found that yet.
Yeah.
But I'm a workaholic too. So I work full time during the day, and when I'm off, I'm at the studio. But I would like to say, hey, let's go grab a bite to eat or go to a movie or something like that. I don't have that girlfriend yet. You know?
Yeah, that will come. That will come when you're manifesting it, putting it out in the world. But I too am a workaholic, and I think that's a lot about me not wanting to sit with myself too, and do the uncomfortable things of like going to a Starbucks by myself and maybe talking to somebody, because, you know, I'm always about producing a result. You know, that's what gives me pride. You know, that's what gives me something. And sometimes I'm learning, because I go on vacation. I can't wait to go. And then I can't wait to come home. Like 2 days. I gotta get out of here. You know? Like I need my routine. But I think that as I'm getting older, I'm starting to let go of that, because truly in the end, it's not about a dollar value. It's not about a book. It's about the people that you touch and the people that you spend time with. Exactly. And you get to do that. You creating great relationships with the people that you interview.
Yeah. You know, I have so many nice people since I've been doing these podcasts, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Some of my interviews are with celebrities. And it's just so much fun to be able to, you know, I remember I interviewed I don't remember, you remember the OJs.
The OJ, yeah, I do.
So Eddie Levert, I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and he was here in town and where I work, but I didn't get to go see him. I probably had to come here. Who knows why I didn't get to go see him? But you know, I set up their tables so they can sell their merchandise, and I remember seeing the big bus in our parking lot in the garage.
Yeah,
and I was thinking, oh my God, I would have loved to interview him. You know, this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I've interviewed someone in his group of part of the OJs a couple of times, but I really wanted him. I mean, he's like the main OJ, right?
Yeah.
So I was blessed to interview him a couple of weeks ago, and I told him about what I just told you. And then we get on the show. He goes, I said, well, if you're ever in town, and I'm always saying this, and this is open to you too, Yvette. If you're ever in town, please look me up. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. You got family here. And he goes, I don't know. I came and you didn't even come see me. It was hilarious. I was so embarrassed, but it was funny. It was funny.
Oh my God, that's so
and
great.
So I've met some incredible people. I really have. And my life is, I won't say I have the perfect life.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that I love my life. I love my life. I don't think I would change. Maybe a couple of things I would change, but the majority of things I probably wouldn't change, because I have lived, I have done just about everything I wanted to do. I'm driving my dream cars,
Yep.
and I live 3 blocks from the beach.
Oh, that's
I
beautiful.
mean, you know what I mean? I can walk to the beach anytime I get ready. And
Mm.
I love it because I love being near the water. And so the bad stuff doesn't outweigh the good stuff in my
Oh,
life.
I
You
really,
know?
I think what I'm hearing a lot is, gratitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a woman today who was saying like, just menopause is just such a bitch, Yvette. Like, you don't understand. I'm like, I understand. I'm in menopause. I'm 56
Yeah.
years
Me
old,
too.
right? I understand it, but I'm like, you got to reframe this. This is just another period of your life. Do you know how lucky you are to be in menopause? A lot of women in their 30s and 40s with breast cancer did not make it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We are so lucky to be in menopause. She's like, oh, I never thought of it that way. I'm like, yeah, it's like a reframe. We have to catch our thoughts and turn the dial because you
Yes.
can go into that rabbit hole so quick.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful. And look, now I have a brand new friend.
You do for sure, girl. I'm coming to visit you. And I'm
Yeah,
proud of you
please.
for this business and, really changing lives by sharing other people's experience, strength, and hope on your platform.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. And the thing is, if we can help in any way, that's what we're here for. That's
Girl,
what we stand for.
I'm 100%. If somebody reaches out to you, you give them my Instagram handle, my whatever, my cell phone, anyone struggling. I don't know where to go with that. I don't know what to do. I'm here. I will be the voice that will get you the right connections or the right resources to start.
I love it. Well, tell people, Yvette, how to get in touch with you.
Sure. On Instagram, I'm on at Yvette Salva Fitness. I have a website, Yvette Salva Fitness, Facebook, Yvette Salva Fitness, and that's it.
I love it. I love it.
My door is open for anyone. If you're feeling stuck, we can change it.
I love it. Now, words of wisdom. So now, if the little young person's just tuning in to our show and they see the thing that's scrolling across the bottom, all the things that you've been through, what type of advice could you give them?
Well, I always say there's 3 things if you want to get unstuck. So if you're feeling like you're handcuffed right now, stuck in a situation, these apply for every principle in life, finances, relationships, your health. First, you need to be aware. You need to hear that gut whisper. The second, you need to accept that there is something that needs to change. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. And the third thing is you need to take massive action.
I love it.
Without those 3, you will not change anything. But if you do those 3, they work every time, 100% of the time.
Wow. That's amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you, Candy, for giving me the opportunity today. It was so great.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. And whenever you feel like you need to share something, just reach out to me. And, I'll have you on anytime. I mean, I'm
coming to Virginia Beach and we're getting my nails done together.
Girl, come on. We need to get them done now.
Let's do it. We are going to go to a women's conference. We are going to do something together. I can feel it.
You know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Let's go.
We will do it. You have my email address and you have my phone number.
Definitely.
So feel free to use it. I mean, seriously, feel free to use it. And I'll do the same. We'll make it happen. And it's a brand new relationship. I mean, I just love it. That's what we do with Girl Talk, right?
Thank you so much for having me, Kami.
I love it. I like that too. I could do that. Hey!
Have a great night. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And I guess we'll tell everyone bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
An SKST Radio Network production.